Welcome back to the show. Man, what a wonderful day to have a show. Today is Tuesday, October 4th, 2022, and I am so stoked to be here on this wonderful Tuesday with my friend Jack on the couch over here. Look at that.
Right.
Boom.
I'm happy to be here. It's a great day. A great Tuesday to talk some football after
What
a
a
great
wonderful
week
day.
4. A very exciting week 4.
Very exciting.
Lots to talk.
Oh, yes. Wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful slate of topics to talk about. Before we jump into that, I'm going to go over some of these awesome new little gadgets we've got going on here. We've got, first up, these microphones. Obviously, as you can see, Jack is not holding the small snowball against his chest anymore.
Yeah, as fun as that was, this is nice.
This is much nicer. You guys can kind of see in this shot here, I've got a nice little mixer board. That was really cool addition. But the big thing here, we'll be able to go live Thursday. And so I'll be able to do this all live. Everything before all of this, the edits like between people was all post-production. And now I've got my iPad squared up. I can go straight this shot. We've got only Jack here. We've got a split screen option. Is it a little laggy? Yeah. But you know what? You guys are going to have to deal with it. But, man, I'm so excited to be back, be talking some football. It's a great day to have a great day. We've got Jack brought in some wonderful coffee this morning.
That's
Looks like he
right.
might have found the cheat code.
Yep.
Hy-Vee coffee is very cheap, apparently. And
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what, that caffeine is kicking my ass a little bit.
Yeah, it's doing something to me, but I drank mine way too quick, but
You kind of downed yours.
I always
low
do,
key.
and I got to slow down. I wish I could sip better, but I'm always just chugging. I don't know.
I don't even want to comment on that. I'll leave that to the viewers. But all right, so Jack, we've got a hell of a slate of topics here.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start with a little bit of a chronological order set up here, starting with the London game because that's something that hasn't happened yet this year.
No, the first one of the year, yeah.
It's very exciting to get into London. Those games do create like a bit of a football whole day experience, which is something that I really enjoy. You get to start football at, is it 8:30 or 9:30 in the United States?
I think 8:30, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure 8:30 because that's when a lot of people were like, "Oh, I didn't wake up and set my fantasy," because no one remembers that. So
Did you have any fantasy players in the game?
yeah, I had Chris Olave, so I watched the last 5 minutes and he did really good, and it was just a good ending to the game. I think both quarterbacks played pretty good. Andy Dalton, especially as a backup quarterback for the Saints. I mean, they were pretty close to going to overtime or winning. I don't remember. They missed the kick that would have sent them to overtime.
Yeah, I definitely didn't actually watch the game. I had family pictures that morning.
Oh.
But the double doink to lose the game has to be. The Bears, did they do that to lose the game as well? That has got to be one of the worst ways to lose the game.
They did it like twice in a row or something crazy like that. But I guess I don't know who was calling the game, but they said that those London fans, they love the kicking part of the game, which makes sense because their football is all kicking, and they go crazy during the field goals and stuff.
Really?
So I'm guessing they were a fan of the ending of that game, just missing the kick. And
Yeah, I wonder if that adds any
Vikings fans, that is. But
yeah, I wonder if that adds any pressure to the kicker.
Yeah,
with,
I don't know.
With more noise, because I feel like American fans are kind of the opposite. They're like, oh, we're kicking like blah 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 whatever.
yeah, but I don't know because in London, those fans, they're probably crazy and loud like any other fan base, but at the same time, maybe since like not all of them know football as well or American football as well as we do here, like that takes the pressure off of the players. I don't know, but
It could be.
I
Yeah.
wonder what they think when they go and play in London. If it's harder, easier, the same.
No, I definitely know
don't
that they, as far as stories I've heard, the NFL players don't necessarily like going to London because it's like the huge time difference.
Sure.
And it's like, well, I go all the way over there when you could just play in the States.
Yeah.
And I definitely understand all that, but it's got to be interesting, like, to be someone from London and be like, all right, we're going to watch some football this weekend. They're going to bring the NFL over here. Like, that would be a really cool experience, I feel like.
It would be weird because that's not something they're used to, and
No.
I don't even know if I'm sure they can watch it on TV if they wanted to, one way or another, but like I don't know if they do that often. So
Yeah. Well, speaking of watching NFL on TV, I watched the rest of the day on Red Zone, and I know you were just before the show. You were talking about how you kind of lost Red Zone.
I did lost the trial. It's
Yeah.
over.
So So I actually bought the Red Zone for the phone only. It's like a much cheaper option, and I tried everything I could. I don't know if it's Apple or, Red Zone itself or the NFL or who set this up, but they basically made it so you can only watch it on the phone.
Oh dang.
It's okay though. Like you still get Red Zone, which is chaos. Like I couldn't even comprehend half the stuff going on. But like you can't transmit it to a TV, you can't watch it on the iPad. There's no way around all that. So that kind of stinks. But on the bright side, you're watching football. So it may be this big right here, but it is awesome to watch, and it just jumps between all the games.
No,
and that
it is fun.
That 12 o'clock hour just has so many. And why is that? Like, all those games are so good every freaking time. We had Bills Ravens.
That was a good
that
one.
hour. Eagles came back from down 14.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was surprising. But
they were just so many good games. It was wonderful to watch. Did you watch like a single game during that time?
Yeah, so the two that I got were Bills Ravens and then Bears Giants, and I watched Bills Ravens mostly, but the Bills Giants, I thought the Giants looked pretty good against the Bears. I mean, they Daniel Jones and Saquon ran it pretty well, and their defense. I don't know if it's the Giants' defense or the Bears' offense, but the Bears did not look good. So I watched that, and then what was the later afternoon game?
Well, the best afternoon game was unfortunately my Patriots here.
That's the one I got. Okay, yeah, because I saw him go to overtime with the third-string quarterback. That's
pretty
wild.
Yep. So that was a roller coaster of emotions for me. I don't really want to talk about it too much. I don't know if I've ever experienced a more painful loss than that game. Just because I was going into that game, I was expecting the Patriots to lose by 45 points.
Okay.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was just going to tear us up. We didn't have Mac Jones to start. I knew that. And then all of a sudden, watching the game, Brian Hoyer gets hurt.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So I'm like, who the heck is this Bailey Zappe guy? Well, he comes in, pretty much does nothing. We do a lot of running the ball.
Yeah.
But he throws a couple dimes. We got away with one with a delay of game just not getting called. On the touchdown he threw. My theory about Bailey Zappe is that he's actually... I have a couple theories, actually. One being that he's the future of the Patriots, and Bill just decided...
That's bold.
We're not going to give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know? Which is a little bold. But the one that I think is more probable is that he's actually like 11 from...
Oh.
Yeah.
Like supernatural or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. So here's my theory, right? I don't know if you were watching very intently, but obviously with the Patriots on and you get to watch the whole game, I was watching pretty intently.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and throws a pick,
Yeah.
right? And I'm pissed off. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Get this guy off the field. You know, put frickin' Aguilar back there. I don't even care. Put someone else.
That's a normal reaction.
Yeah. Get this Zappe guy. You know,
Sure.
Got to have the coolest nicknames on the planet. I mean,
I bet.
awesome nicknames, but get him off the screen. So I'm like, get this guy off the field. He throws a pick. I'm upset. But then Aaron Rodgers throws a pick six. When was the last time that happened? Never. Never. So I'm thinking
not very common, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's got to be on the sideline over there, got the blood coming out of his nose.
Ooh.
You know, focusing. He directed that ball into the defender's hands, and we got a pick six out of it. So Bailey Zappe is generally on my good side. I think Bill could have probably given him a few more chances to get more comfortable in the game before overtime, which, you know, Bill is going to Bill, and he's the greatest coach of all time, so I can't really get too mad at him, but he was okay. He threw a couple good passes, but he wasn't anything special.
No, it was definitely a good close game, and it was fun to watch, so you got to give it to him being a third-string quarterback and being able to force in overtime. It's still impressive.
It is very impressive. I messaged him on Twitter. I was like, dude, you should come on the show, and he didn't even see it. So
what?
He's a big shot now.
He doesn't know Marv on air.
He doesn't. I don't know what the heck, but that's all right. That's all right. I'm not too mad about it. I think the other good game that I was really excited to watch was the Jets playing the Steelers.
Yeah, I was too, and not because I think those teams have potential to be playoff contenders or anything,
absolutely not.
AFC matchup, and then I think we all know why we were happy to see. Even though they lost, the Steelers did win, in my mind, by switching to Kenny Pickett finally.
Okay. Big Kenny Pickett guy.
No, well, just not a big Money Mitch guy. And
Fair enough.
the thing with Money Mitch is he will give you a performance every once in a while, like once every like 5 weeks, where it's decent enough, gets a nice win, like I think he did back in week 1 against some nobody. And then he's just complete dog shit the rest of the season, it seems like. So I think switching to Kenny Pickett just to try it. I mean, you can't get worse. They were down like quite a bit to the Jets. Kenny Pickett threw a pick and then didn't do much more, but other than get some yards. But I don't know. It was just good to see him make the switch in my mind.
Yeah, no, I think Kenny Pickett gets a little bit more hate than he deserves. I'm not a Kenny Pickett fan by any means. Like, I'm not a hater, but I'm not a fan. Like, I want to watch him play.
Yeah.
But he threw 3 interceptions, 2 of which shouldn't go against
Yeah.
his. Like, one of them, yes, but one of them, he gave Chase Claypool a chance up against a 5'9" DB. Like, what else is he supposed to do there? That's supposed to be Chase's play to make.
Exactly.
It kind of got bobbled around. And the other one was a Hail Mary. So those are 2 interceptions that really shouldn't go against his record. I think he played a wonderful game.
Yeah, I do. For his first debut, regular season debut, or not starting, but, just being able to play, it was fine. You can't really pin it all on him.
No. So Kenny Pickett played okay. We know this, but I think the story of the day for that game was Zach Wilson. He's a fucking dog. That's for sure.
That's as always.
I mean, final drive. What do I have here? He went 6 for 6 and 60 yards on that final drive.
Wow.
That is some pretty serious quarterback play from just a rookie. Well, he's kind of a rookie, not really, but
very early in his career.
Yeah.
So seeing that from him is not that the Steelers defense is anything crazy with is the Watt, TJ Watt, is that the one they have? Is he hurt still?
I think he's still hurt, but is Minka playing? I think Minka was playing.
I don't know. I don't follow the Steelers either, so
I mean, Minka Fitzpatrick is a fucking dude. Like, he means it. So
100%.
I mean, it's not like the Steelers defense was out there laying around, but they have some firepower. I don't know. I was really impressed with Zach Wilson's performance. He made it look kind of easy.
That game going into it, if you would have told me that would be like an interesting, fun to watch game, I would have been like, yeah, right. But I mean, it was pretty neat. So
yeah, I enjoyed watching that game. And I hope to see more from Zach Wilson. He's definitely on my radar. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, all of ours.
Everyone's radar.
That's right.
Yeah, the Sunday night game was the Chiefs. Obviously, you're a big Chiefs fan.
That's
You're wearing
right.
a Kansas City hat right now.
I am. Yep. Wearing
And,
my Royals hat.
Yeah, for sure. So
It was a fun to watch game for
was.
sure. After last week, it was good to see. So
personally, I'm a Chiefs hater just because they're so good.
that's fine.
But he is fun to watch. And you name any player on the Chiefs, and he's fun to watch. I don't know who this running back is. You'd probably know better than me. Number 10.
Yeah, the rookie Isaiah Pacheco, very good. He's like a boulder.
He's
so good.
He runs like he runs with so much anger.
I know.
It looks like he's trying to put a dent in the crust with every step.
We have 3 mediocre, decent, above average, whatever you want to call them, C+, B- running backs. Clyde's obviously first-round draft pick out of LSU, kind of been underperforming in the last couple of years, but I think this year he's really bounced back. And then we have Pacheco, the rookie. He's doing good so far. And then Jerick McKinnon. And they all play so different that, like, you might think, 3 running backs and, like, we cycle them equally. You might think that's, like, redundant, but they play so differently. It's hard to describe. Like, Isaiah Pacheco's kind of like a boulder, and he could get through anyone. Clyde's kind of more, like, shifty and agile. And then you have Jerick McKinnon, who's kind of like a good dual threat, can, like, receive and can also run nice routes through
out of the
defensive
backfield.
lines and out of the backfield. Exactly. So the backs did good. The defense played pretty good for the most part, other than guarding Mike Evans. Which,
yeah. What are you gonna do?
Oh well, whatever. Yeah. We still won by a good margin, so
Clearly.
it was a good game to see after last week. And the first time those teams have seen each other since the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So
that's true.
It was. I think we all needed to see that as a Chiefs fan.
Chiefs fans. So as a bit of a Chiefs hater, as a big Patriots fan, it was hard to watch in the fact that you guys are so fucking good, like, every year. And Patrick Mahomes, is probably not from planet Earth with some of those plays he was
Yeah,
making.
I
How
don't
do you
know.
how do you roll out, break a tackle like a yard from the out of bounds, and then flip it up over 3 defenders for the touchdown?
It's just backyard football, really, in my mind, because you can't practice that. You
No.
don't prepare for that, and it's just having that awareness and I guess, the ability to like think on the fly and adjust while you're doing stuff and not panic.
Yeah.
Even though it looks like he's
Stay
panicking,
calm.
running around. No, he's just like he's still in the zone, and it's clear when he's throwing touchdown passes like that.
He
It's
looks like
insane.
He looks like a 35-year-old dad who hasn't lost his touch yet, playing with his like
little bit.
6-year-old like
Yeah.
nieces and nephews, and he's just running around out there
No,
doing
yeah, for
whatever
sure.
works. Like he makes it look so easy for some reason. But when he makes those plays, I kind of just like shake my head and like, of course Patrick Mahomes would do that.
I'm sure. I'm out of my seat screaming at the TV like enjoy, but
Yeah, a
that's
little bit
me.
of a different response.
sure.
Yeah, but watching, so like Kelsey,
Yeah.
best in the game.
Yeah. At year
Mahomes.
10, and it's not slowing down.
It makes
year
it
9
look,
or 10. But
yeah, it makes it look like easy yet again. Like just the guy's always open.
Yep.
Tomorrow is my birthday, so we'll start talking about a little bit of betting.
Oh.
Kelsey, anytime touchdown, automatic. Like
for sure.
every single week.
I'd take Kelsey first touchdown of the game if that's an option. I don't know what they call
Oh,
that.
yep.
But
Yep. First
it's-
touchdown
I
score.
think the last he did it against Arizona. He did it against Tampa Bay.
I mean,
He's
him
just
and
their
him and
go-to
Patrick
guy.
Mahomes' chemistry is just unmatched. Especially with Hill gone, he's definitely the number one like chemistry guy.
Andy Reid and the Chiefs, what they do is on their first drive, they have pre-planned plays for everything. Like
Oh, yeah.
they plan out everything. They don't audible or adjust, and it seems like they always go down and score. And it's because that defense hasn't adjusted yet, and they don't know they're not able to adjust to the whatever they've planned up for that first drive. So it seems like their opening drive scoring percentage is like crazy high.
Yeah, it's got to
Always.
be pretty solid, and it's definitely something I would
Just a
look
good
forward
team.
to. Yeah, I do have to like. I don't want to. I want to talk about. Is it Pacheco? You said
Isaiah Pacheco, yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco. I'm gonna call him Ponch from now on.
Okay,
And
that's
he is my favorite running back in the entire league. This guy is so fun to watch, and I don't know what it is. It's like he was running, and I think it was a punt return or a kick return.
He does kick returns too, yeah.
And he's just running along.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he's gonna run a hole in someone's chest. And he's just putting
Yeah.
dents in the crust, running along, and he gets tackled, and he's just like rolling like and flapping like
he
a
gets
fish.
right back up.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know.
this guy
it's fun
has
to watch.
so much energy. I don't know.
It is fun to watch. And then he's just like so dense too, because I think he was like a 7th round. He was a very late pick in the draft, and I heard it would have been Chris Collinsworth talking about how the Chiefs were saying after the draft how they think they got a steal, they got a hidden gem, and they. I think it's
I
true
would
so
consider
far
that. Yeah.
because. The last couple of years, Clyde not being as high performing as I think they wanted him to be, going and drafting another running back and re-signing Jerick McKinnon was definitely a smart move to have
Yeah.
3 reliable backs.
For sure. And I'm just so impressed by Ponch. Like, how do I get him on the show? Because I want to tell him how much I love his style of running.
And we could get Ponch.
We could have Ponch. We could send him like a $5 gift card. You know, Marv on Air's budget
5?
is pretty low, but I'm sure he'd appreciate
I'll
it.
chip in.
You
We'll
know
make
what?
it 8.
I'll tell you what. I'll put this on the air, on Marv on Air. If
Put it on.
If Ponch Heroes sent me a signed jersey, I would hang it up. I would put it up right here.
Okay.
I really would. I wouldn't hate on the Chiefs that bad after
You
that.
would wear it every game.
I would literally wear it. Yeah, and maybe not if it was signed, but I would just root for Ponch no matter what team he plays on, but even on the Chiefs, like he's just so fun to watch. I don't know
I agree.
He's got like so much energy.
Took
like,
Tyreek's number too, so
Yeah, I mean he deserves it. Kind of like when you watch him
Yeah.
run, like the way his style of just like
he's
just so much energy.
yeah, he's just a good young player, and it's definitely exciting to see as a Chiefs fan.
I love watching him, and I hate the Chiefs, but man, that is fun to watch. We're gonna talk about the Bills really quick. Just kind of want to cover. They were down 20-3, and they scored 20 unanswered
Yep.
to beat the Ravens, who I thought were kind of the team to beat especially after the Bills lost to the Dolphins.
I agree. Yeah.
The Dolphins would have been my favorite, but they lost Tua, which we can go into that as well.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, the Bills winning that game it really showed like some resiliency, and you kind of saw that as well with the Eagles, who were down 14. Two of the top teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Showing that even when they're down, they can still come back and score, 20 unanswered, 20-something unanswered. That's really impressive. I don't know. Did you watch that game? You said you watched a lot of it.
I watched the Bills, Ravens, yeah. You can't – just like I always say, you can't count out Patrick Mahomes. You can't count out Josh Allen either. So that Bills team, the defense and offense, just a great team overall. So I was not – I don't want to say I was surprised by the comeback, but I was definitely I was not surprised at all, really. I guess I kind of saw it coming in a way. I know that the Ravens kind of just rely on Lamar Jackson to do his thing, and then their defense is not great at all.
Right. No,
but it was a good game.
Jackson scrambling out of the pocket is like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like he just makes it look normal to just like let the play develop, and then he's like, well, no one's really open, so
yeah.
I'm just gonna run.
Mark Andrews isn't open, so I guess I gotta run it now. That's
exactly.
all. I think that's all their playbook is.
Yeah,
see if Mark can get open. And
I think they
if
intentionally have the line like split a little bit of a lane
up
the middle for him to just fucking go.
Which why wouldn't you? I guess
oh man, it's fun to watch him too. Like it's also a little scary because like I don't want him to get hurt, especially with the contract looming. But man, he is fun to watch. Like he just makes it look, and it makes it look other quarterbacks that get sacked look dumb.
Oh yeah,
that's how good he is.
I mean, if you take him and then like a guy like Tom Brady or Matt Ryan or even Aaron Rodgers who don't move like that, it's hard to believe they play the same position or even the same sport. Sometimes it's crazy.
The amount of like difference in talent, or like I guess not talent, but like ability,
playing style. Too.
Yeah, playing style
all
is
of
different.
Just totally diverse.
Yeah, and that's what's kind of beautiful about the NFL is that I don't know if you remember that picture from a couple of years ago of DK Metcalf versus the kicker for the Colts at the time.
Oh yeah, Blankenship.
Yep, they just look so different, but they both play the same sport.
It's crazy, yeah.
So it's fun to watch. But man, that was a good game. I didn't really watch it that close. I don't have a lot to say. I'm not sure of any stat lines or anything from that game. But I think they're both teams we need to keep an eye on going through the season and into the postseason. They'll obviously both make the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
But that was one that I think could be pretty pivotal in both of the teams' like story arcs of the season of just kind of like, this is a time that we had battled adversity and won, and this is a time that we need to remember this as the Ravens. Like, this is something we need to remember. We don't want to feel this way again.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good game, though. Like, it's interesting to see this early in the season how tight the whole entire spread of the NFL is. There's only one undefeated team and one winless team. Everyone else is either 1-3, 2-2, or 3-1. Like, everyone is so tight yet this early.
Yeah. Right now, my top four in the AFC, no particular order, and I haven't thought about it for more than 5 seconds. So
okay.
I got to go Dolphins, Bills, same division, but both those teams
AFC East is looking like one of the most powerful divisions right now.
And then I'm going to go Ravens. And then I'm going to go Chiefs. So those are my top four. I don't know if
Do you have an NFC?
An NFC, let me go Eagles, Packers, probably. I'm not.
Well, it's definitely not the Rams after last night.
I'm not going to say Rams. I'm not going to say anyone in the AFC West, honestly. Or NFC West, excuse me. So, yeah, Packers and the Eagles.
The NFC is a lot harder than the AFC.
Yeah, because they're just not as great. Like the NFC South, I don't know if I could say any of those teams after the Bucs losing 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And then the Saints, and then the other two teams not.
No, so I'll just try to give him mine.
Yeah,
it's a little bit interesting. So for the AFC, I'll probably go Bills, just because they battled through.
Yeah. No, easy pick right there.
Easy pick. For sure. Yeah, I think the Ravens are very solid. I'm not going to put the Dolphins up there without Tua right now. He's not going to play against the Jets, and I think they're a very, very good team, but I'm just not going to put them in the top 4 yet. So we've got Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, as much as I hate to say it, and I don't know. Maybe I guess it is them, but I feel like the Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs are so far light years ahead of everyone else that it doesn't even matter.
It does seem that way. Yeah, I have to agree.
As far as the NFC goes, I think it's a little bit of a different game for sure. Like the Packers look pretty solid. Obviously, almost losing to a third-string quarterback is a bad look.
Yeah.
The Eagles, you guys all saw how high I was on the Eagles last week, and
I guess I forgot. I guess the Giants this year, being 3-1, you gotta.
got to at least look their way.
It's weird to say, but it's true at this point. And even the Cowboys look okay with Cooper Rush. Are they 3-1 as well?
I believe so.
So
yeah.
I don't know which one, but probably one of those two teams. I don't
wouldn't
feel
put-
right putting both of them in my top four.
Neither of those deserve to be in the top four.
But
in my
right
opinion.
now,
Like,
in the NFC,
based on power rankings,
they
yeah.
do. It's surprising and weird, but it's true.
It's true. Yeah, I definitely feel you.
Yeah.
But like seeing the Eagles go down 14-0 against the Jags had me like scared a little bit. I was like, damn, what happened to the to the Eagles?
I'm not putting the Jags in my top four of AFC at all, but maybe top 10.
Yeah.
Out of 16, yeah, easily. So
I would say that's a pretty easy pick. Yeah. I think that's surprising. Like the Jags are moving up. The Lions, I think they've got a couple tough breaks, but I think they're a pretty solid team through and through.
they look decent. They don't lose by like a big margin, so
They keep every game close somehow.
it's hard to be like, oh, they're actually really good, because then you just sound like crazy because they're not winning, and that's the point. But they're not as bad as they were made out to be. For sure.
No, I'm definitely a Lions fan, especially with Dan Campbell coaching over there. We love to see.
I think they got
his
a good
energy.
organization, and with a few more years, be interesting to see where they go.
Yeah, they're definitely cursed yet with not paying Megatron, but like outside of the curse, I think they're starting to turn the culture around there, which is really exciting. You like to see like mix up in the NFL. Like I don't want to just see. Obviously, as a Patriots fan, going on a dynasty run is fun.
Yeah.
But like, you don't want to see like the same 5 teams at the top for 20 years. Like it's just not. You're just watching those teams.
Even as a Chiefs fan, like don't get me wrong, I want to win as many Super Bowls as we can under Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and like this current era. But like, I don't want to see for the rest of my life. I just know like what's the fun in that?
Exactly. It's
There's
fun.
no stakes or odds or anything. At
Yeah,
that point.
it's definitely fun to see the worst teams kind of like, oh, I didn't think they would win that game.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and transition to our guest. We're going to go and put this on pause real quick, and then we'll be back in just a couple minutes with a brand new guest on the show.
That's right.
Welcome back. We are live again. Unfortunately, we don't have a guest.
No.
He did kind of. Go ahead.
He flaked on us.
He did kind of flake, but
No big deal.
It's all right. We'll get him on the show eventually. I'm excited
Yeah.
to have him on. If he watches this, Connor, just know that we are ready for you to get on. There's some Zoom stuff we have to iron out, but I think we'll get there, and we're excited to get you on the show, to get more guests on the show. The goal is to get as many people as possible on here, so you guys don't have to listen to me talk as much as possible. But we'll get there, and Jack and I are having a great time. We're gonna be able to,
we're gonna just continue the show like normal, and
it's gonna be a great time.
we got plenty more to talk about too.
Yeah, it's definitely 16 NFL games. There's a lot of headlines that come out of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely,
Especially right now.
Especially right now. The biggest one that we didn't hit on in the first hour because we weren't sure if Connor was going to want to talk about it. To a tugboat. I suppose if we're talking in a grim kind of tone, I should use his real name. To a Tagovailoa did sustain a concussion injury in the Thursday night game against the Bengals. Unfortunately, no one wants to see that. That was especially
bad.
how many times they played it. That
scary.
was a lot of times. I think an injury like that is harder to watch than something that's like like a sprained ankle or like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is.
A head injury is just not something you mess with. So
Yeah, I mean, you think about
scary.
like his family and all that stuff. So it's not good to like. I don't know. I don't want to bring more press to it than I have to because it is what it is. But it does like kind of make you think about how did he play in that game? Was he cleared actually, or was it just kind of getting him pushed through to play the reigning AFC champions? I don't know. Personally, I think you would need to get a lot of people on the same page, and a lot of kind of, pardon my language, but kind of a lot of fuckery would have to go on
Yeah.
to get him through. Everyone's gonna say that he was, the doctor was paid a lot of money. He was eventually fired, actually, so it's possible, I suppose, that the NFLPA, they saw that and they were like, he basically, they were saying that he committed malpractice, which is hard to pin on a doctor. Those are real allegations.
Yeah, and the investigation that they're conducting now, I guess will show all that here soon, I'm sure. So I'm guessing more will come out about it. Tua's not playing this week against the Jets, and hopefully he takes all the time he actually needs to recover fully, so that way we can avoid this from happening again and getting worse.
Yeah, we want to see Tua get back to full capacity. Obviously, we hope that he's completely recovered and is good and all. So our condolences, however small they may be, are sent out to Tua and his family, and we want him to be fully recovered when he comes back, because he was a lot of fun to watch this year.
Yeah, he was proving people wrong for about 3 games there, and it was exciting. So for him to get removed from the game and suffer their first loss like that is definitely got to be heartbreaking, even as a non-Dolphins fan.
Especially as like a Patriots fan.
Like, for you.
I don't really like to cheer for the Dolphins, but they were really, they were doing pretty well. So I don't know.
You hate to see it, and it's not something anyone wants, regardless of fan base or whatever. So.
Yeah, especially you're exactly right. And I'll go on the record and kind of say, like, as Marv on air, like, I think here we're kind of saying that, like, I don't think the Dolphins are at fault here. Obviously, it's a bad look on their organization, but I don't think that more might come out and we'll change our opinion then. But I don't think as of right now that they purposefully, put their player out there. Like, now that they know that he's got a concussion, like, he's in concussion protocol, they're not going to play him against the Jets.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
I don't think it was intentional, but I don't think maybe enough was done, like, at the moment of the Bills game where he went down originally.
It was definitely surprising he was able to come back.
That I think maybe it was kind of glossed over. Or, I don't know what happened exactly. I'm no doctor, and I'm not a part of the Dolphins organization, but I don't know. I like to think it wasn't intentional, and just kind of an unfortunate accident, but...
Well, I mean, when you think about the caliber of the games they were playing too, like, the Bills game, there was some speculation because, like, it's like a division rivalry.
Yeah.
It could be, there's a lot kind of riding because you only play the Bills twice a year and you need to do as well against them as you can.
Mm-hmm.
But playing the Bengals, like, I don't know. It's like, why would they push him into that game if he wasn't ready?
But at the same time, it's not worth it at that point. So
yeah,
we'll be seeing Teddy Bridgewater. And
Teddy Two Gloves is back.
Yep, and I would, as a Dolphins fan, I wouldn't be too concerned, other than for the health of Tua, maybe.
Yes.
But for the team's sake, I wouldn't be too concerned. I think playing the Jets, and I think Teddy can handle it if he now he's had a whole week to prepare, knowing he will be the starter. So
yeah,
more than a whole week because they played Thursday. So
yeah, no, for sure. We'll see what Teddy can do, and I have a lot less faith in Teddy than Tua.
Well, yeah, me too.
But they'll survive.
They're not out of luck. They're not.
He's still
fresh out of luck,
still a good quarterback. Like you watch your teammate, your brother get just no one wants to see that.
Yeah,
it gets carted off the field, and he comes in first play, throws like a 16-yard dot. So I mean, he can handle what the NFL has to like.
Yeah,
you have to navigate to be in the NFL, and
he's not new to this. So
he's been around a while.
We'll see. Maybe he can. He's got good weapons around him, so if he can step in and play his part well, then the Dolphins should be fine while Tua's out. So
for sure. No, I think you're right. We're gonna go ahead and pivot away from that a little bit, just because it's kind of sad news, and we don't want to cover it more than
so much.
We're definitely late to the game, and we don't need to talk about it more than we have to. But we will talk about probably a little bit of a nugget of news that I don't know if every sports show is going to talk about, but Odell visited the Giants facility Monday. He was there touring, talking with coaches and such. Is that something you want to see from Odell? Do you want to see him back in New York playing with the Giants? They have a new head coach, all basically a new system.
Pretty much whole new team.
Where they got Danny Danny Dimes back there throwing dots, and they got Saquon running it like a powerhouse like he's meant to be. Is that something that you kind of want to see from Odell, or would you rather see him back with the Rams?
I don't know. I think right now the Giants are the better team than the Rams. Maybe I don't.
That's kind of a bold take.
Well, right now they're playing better and
Yeah.
they've have a better record, and I know that doesn't mean everything, but in this moment right now, the Giants are the better team, in my opinion. But obviously, I think the Rams have a higher ceiling than the Giants, but they're just not playing to their full potential, and for whatever reason. So I did hear though that the Rams are holding on to his locker and all of his they're keeping the system open for him to come back when he's fully recovered. They're just waiting for that full recovery to take place so they don't rush into anything. But
Yeah, an ACL tear is definitely pretty serious, so
yeah,
you got to let it, come back fully, I would think, before you. That's
Yeah.
definitely not when you want to come back halfway.
definitely got to be careful there.
Yeah, it's his injury along with was it Giants Sterling Shepard that tore his ACL.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm wondering if the NFL will end up switching. It's gonna be so expensive for them, but do they switch to more of a grass field or a different alternative other than turf, because there is not a lot of give in turf, and a lot of players are Odell tweeted when Sterling Shepard tore his ACL, if that's who it is. I might be misspeaking. I don't know off the top of my head. It's been a while, but he was like, we got to get rid of these turfs. No one wants to see people get hurt. That's that's the common, especially with star players. And I could see not all, but some of the owners switching to all right, let's preserve the player's health, even if it lowers the bottom line.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a big expert on grass or the turf, but I do know that it can just totally screw up a player when it comes to their ankles or their knees or whatever. They can totally lose, I don't know what you call it, grip, or on the turf or grass, they can dig into it better. So Harrison Butker, he suffered from a little turf monster week 1, and luckily hasn't affected the Chiefs too much since then. But still, it's just, I don't know. We'll have to see what the NFL thinks, but I really can't talk much about grass, unfortunately.
we kind of put Jack on the spot with that one. Not a grass expert, but that's okay. I mean,
can look into it though.
We could get Jack a research project.
I need to be better. I need to do better. I'll go take the next couple days and get real caught up on
for sure
grass types. And what the NFL should do about that. But.
Yeah. The biggest thing about that is just the money, and we'll see what they do. Obviously, it will take years and years and such, but I don't know. They could end up doing that. I don't think they will.
I mean, you got to think for like Buffalo. They can't be real grass, can they?
I don't think they are. I know Arizona is though.
An outdoor northern stadium where it gets freezing and.
True. I guess I didn't think about that, but Arizona. It's so hot there, and they still somehow find a way to get that grass.
But they're indoor, aren't they?
No, they're I think maybe both.
They're hybrid, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, it's unfortunate what the turf monster can do, but
what are you going to do, I guess?
I don't know what the solution would be, yeah.
Yeah, you got to find owners that are going to care more about their players than the bottom line, and that sometimes can be tough to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have that much money, so I don't really know what it's like, but...
I can't say I do either.
I can't say that's something we know a lot about on this show, but that's okay. So the Patriots losing, I covered this a little bit in the first segment. We talked about how that one was really painful for me. I don't know why, but just it was a lot closer than I expected, and we ended up almost pulling out.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to talk about how that's just kind of the beauty of sports, for anyone out there that's watching this and they don't even really watch sports, which is probably no one as of right now, but we can clip it and whatever. But the beauty of sports is just the emotion it brings out in you, because I was my girlfriend was here watching it with me, and she said, man, you went through all 7 stages of grief there in fucking 10 minutes. Because
it's a roller coaster.
It was just anger and then sadness and denial and just everything. You feel it all, and that's kind of part of sports, is getting to experience the human emotion, everything about all of that, and that's kind of what helps you to I feel that's kind of how you dictate if you're feeling alive or not, is whether you're feeling emotion.
You're getting deep.
Like no, but like that's the thing about sports is
Philosophical.
it's just like it brings that out in you. Like
No, you're right.
especially if you
100%.
care. Like if you pick a team, like any team, and like you pick the Chiefs, they're doing well.
Yeah.
The joy of them winning, like that
No,
just
it is
really
great.
drives
It's
you.
like you're right. I know that as a Chiefs fan, there's ups and downs. You know, winning a Super Bowl, losing one the next year, not making the Super Bowl, and it is just one of those things where you can be completely stoked, and then the next day you could just and it's weird. I don't know why, but you get like attached to the team, and it's fun. It makes it fun. It really does. It makes it fun to watch, and it's kind of it's a fun thing.
And you talk to guys that are fans of Lions, which are getting better. The Panthers right now.
Texans
Got to be rough. They're 32nd in the power rankings.
I don't
that just
think
came
they-
out 10 minutes ago.
There's no way they exist.
The
Have you ever-
Texans?
a Texans fan?
Oh, true. Yeah. After J.J. Watt left,
Have you
they
met a
just-
Texans fan?
I know one guy that wears the Texans hat. I don't know if he calls himself a fan
Now,
anymore.
was he mentally okay?
Poor guy's got to be struggling a little bit. No,
Yeah.
that's.
There's
but-
got to be something wrong at that point. But
I mean, those guys, and sometimes girls too, but they pick out a team when they're like an 8th grader, and now they're lifelong fans. Doomed to agony in some situations because they just never win. But it's like that's what is something about it. Like you're like, oh, okay, I'm done with the Lions. I'm done with the Texans. I'm gonna be a fan of something else. And then you go to try to do it, and you're like, I can't. Like I'm stuck to this team.
well, I did it, but so I
You switched to a.
no, hear me out. It sounds bad, but I did switch to a Chiefs fan. But if I tell you what year, then I think you'll be a little more.
This better be good.
So I was a 49ers fan back in the day when Colin Kaepernick took over and they led him to a Super Bowl. I was in like 6th grade. I loved Colin Kaepernick. I remember like watching him run. He was like the first good mobile quarterback other than like Michael Vick that I had watched, and I was just like totally like obsessed. Well, and then I realized why be a 49ers fan? They're not that good anymore a year or two after. I'm just going to I don't even have like a connection to San Francisco. However, I have family who lives in Kansas City, and I'm already a Royals fan. So why not just get them both to be in the same city that I'm fans of and be a Chiefs fan? They had Alex Smith. They were like 2nd in the division because the Broncos would always win it. So they were no powerhouse then. In fact, they were just kind of mediocre, okay. Jamal Charles, Travis Kelce was like 2 or 3 years in. Alex Smith was just okay. So I don't consider myself a bandwagon. I am just someone who switched for a better cause and to have more of a connection to the team.
You don't hear of that very often, and I suppose that's valid just because we're so close to Kansas City. But dude,
they were always kind of my second favorite when I was a 49ers fan, so I want to make that clear. I just kind of was like, why do I even like the 49ers? They suck at the moment. It was like 2015, and I was like, they suck. I have no connection to San Francisco or attachment. I'm going to go to Kansas City, and look where it got me. Okay, so sure, I was not a day one, but I was not a day Patrick Mahomes either, if that makes sense.
fair,
So
I suppose. Actually, what's funny is
and
go. Yeah.
come on.
Okay.
What is- get outta
really?
here.
No. He's motioning to my Patriots flag here, and I can go into how I became a Patriots fan in just a second. But I want to say, Cole, who will be coming on the show at some point, it's
love
inevitable.
Cole.
Yeah, we love Cole. He's actually a Chiefs fan as well, and he used to be a Cowboys fan, but
Oof.
he was kind of like a Cowboys and Chiefs, like whoever was playing. I hate the fact that he's a Chiefs fan.
Cowboys and Indians or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, how could you be both?
funny.
And then he just kind of transitioned to only Chiefs because they're better. So I don't
Because he's
condone
smart.
that.
Well,
Personally, I mean,
depends-
come on, stick with
depends
the team.
when. Sure, but like, I don't know. Sticking with a team can get you to be not a very happy person if you pick the wrong team. So I don't
True,
like
I suppose.
bandwagoning. Like,
And I mean-
I guess the popular thing to do would have been becoming a Bengals or Rams fan, or now becoming a Dolphins fan right now, and that's messed up. But like slowly switching, like it wasn't like I woke up one day and was like, "Oh, the Chiefs
Full
are
on
good."
Chiefs.
No, it was kind of like slowly, and I just became Chiefs fan, and
Yeah, so I mean, I guess when you
I'm sure that's what every bandwagon says, though. So
well, and part of the sports thing is enjoying the sport. So if you hate watching your team play, then like
that's true.
you shouldn't probably. I mean,
Now, I know people and it seems like children, they, or just adults who are still children, but that like I have a new team every year, and that's when it's like, come
Yeah,
on. Like,
that is like kind of hard to do. But I'll say so. I'm not. We'll cover basketball when basketball season comes around.
can't wait.
Basketball. Jack's a big basketball guy.
I like it all.
Yeah. Well, we like all sports, but yeah, I feel like you're pretty big into basketball.
Yeah, I'd say
I'm not necessarily the biggest into basketball, but
you're missing out.
I was that 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago when the Suns made a run at the championship. I was, it's not like I was like, okay, I'm a huge Suns fan now, but it was just like fun to watch the Suns play. So it was like, there's also people like that I feel like they don't really have like a one team, but they just like watching good football.
Exactly.
That's
like for basketball, I'm a Rockets fan. They've been absolutely terrible the last couple of years. So it's like, I'm still a fan and they're still my team, but like when it comes to the playoffs, I can't root for them because they're not in them. So I usually kind of I pick a team to kind of lean towards and not become a super fan of, but just kind of, side with them or whatever you want to say.
Root
like
for them.
I was kind of a Miami Heat fan just this last postseason, and
yeah. No, I think that there is definitely a place for that. I think that's different than like switching teams entirely.
Yeah,
you might get
for
confused.
Sure.
Like you should, if your team's not doing too hot, especially during the postseason, you can like root for a team. And
definitely.
I'm not like telling you what you do. Like that's okay, that's not okay. I'm just saying like
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
we're not gonna stop you, but
you could root for the Suns in the NFL playoffs. Like I don't really care.
Yeah,
like whatever.
You would be in a world of your own.
Yeah,
but hey,
whatever,
good for
man.
you.
That's you do you. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting. If you want, I can go into the Patriots backstory here. A lot of people have actually given me crap for being a Patriots fan.
Yeah, definitely. As you should.
Yeah, right, yeah. So I grew up in a different town from where I grew up and like did high school and stuff. But a couple of years there, I was just not really a sports guy. I guess I didn't really like. I played maybe baseball at the time. Eventually, I started playing soccer. Got pretty like competent. I could hang with the big kids kind of.
There you go.
And I wanted to make more friends at school. I didn't really have a whole lot of them. I was more focused on like studies or whatever, kind of a lame-o. And I met a guy. He was a big football fan. I was like, hey, this football sport seems kind of cool. Like, see what's up. He was a Patriots fan. I don't know if he was bandwagon or not. Doesn't matter. Transitive property does not apply here.
Okay.
And so we were, he's like, this is my team. And I'm like, well, if it's going to make you like me more, I'm going to be a fan of the Patriots. So I started watching the Patriots. And obviously, of course, we were in the middle of a dynasty run. So, like, they were fun to watch.
So it's dumb luck.
It was pretty much dumb luck. He could have been a Saints fan, and I'd be watching Jameis. like,
I guess it was dumb luck for me because when I switched to the Chiefs, I knew they were better than the 49ers at the time, but I didn't know they were going to get Patrick Mahomes and become one of the greatest teams in the league a few years in a row now. But
yeah, I mean, that's the thing about like the Patriots is I didn't even know they were good because I didn't know what football was. Like I had to watch videos and like what is football like, and now here we are literally talking about a show about it.
Crazy.
But it's crazy how life twists and turns like that.
Sure.
But man, I didn't know football at all. So it's I'm not a bandwagon, I promise.
I believe you. I believe you.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say it's definitely interesting how those teams kind of play out, but
Yeah, it is weird looking back like 10 years ago where teams were and how they are now, and who would have predicted it?
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have been me, I tell you that much. I think we're gonna touch on one last thing here. It's kind of logistical. The NFL and NFLPA agree on a concussion protocol that could be in place as soon as this weekend, week 5. They were basically saying that the NFL and the NFLPA are agreeing that if a player has signs of gross motor dysfunction, like can't walk, can't stand up, they're going to not be able to come back to that game.
Yeah.
That's the right move, but, you would hate to see players that are dinged up and it's like a short, and then, they kind of wobble when they're walking away, and then they're taken out, they miss 3/4 of football. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the right move, but it's just kind of, I can envision a situation in which, like,
definitely
they mistake, like, a knee injury for a concussion, and his knee's, like, okay to play, and he's kind of wobbling because of his knee, and then all of a sudden he's out for the rest of the game.
I think they're going to be looking for, what like if he stumbles, what that's based on, like if it's because his leg or if it's because he was walking fine, then all of a sudden he got like,
Yep, kind of like Tua.
yeah, exactly. So I think it's smart, and we're gonna see. Yeah, it means a lot more guys are gonna be missing a game when they do that, but
But it's
it's for the
safer.
better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think anyone should really complain. Obviously, is it going to be effective 100% of the time? If it's not a head injury, yeah, that would suck, and it kind of is like bad luck. But at the same time, I guess the alternative would be if you didn't check him and you let him play, and he had a head injury like Tua. So
Yeah.
I don't think complaining about it is the right move. So
No, I definitely think it's the right thing to have in the league. I think that needs to be there. We're all about player safety, player health. We want them to be at their tip top. So I think that's the right thing to do. I could definitely see some situations occurring where it's like, oh, this is the dumbest rule ever. Like,
yeah,
and I feel like if you're gonna err on the side of one or the other, I would err on the side of safety for the player.
100%. Yeah.
Looks like Jerry Jones just now. Breaking news on Marv on Air. Not
Okay.
really. It's released by ESPN. But Jerry Jones says Dak is not ready. He won't rule out Dak Prescott, but the fan QB's grip on football is not well enough to play at the moment. I don't know what that means, but basically it's highly unlikely that Dak will be coming back.
Yeah.
So we will see Cooper Rush in yet another game.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Playing good right now. So.
He is. We kind of covered this before the show. Who is the better redheaded quarterback, Andy Dalton or Cooper Rush? I don't know. I feel like I'd give the edge to Cooper Rush right now.
I would too. Yeah.
He's definitely showing his capabilities and almost given a quarterback controversy down in Dallas. And
Yeah. Can't complain there if you're a Dallas fan.
No, you want to see good quarterback play no matter where you are. So like
Definitely.
it doesn't matter who's giving it to you. But
yeah. And then the other thing, was it Jamal Williams towards ACL or the Denver running back? Is that his name? Jamal Williams?
yeah, I believe so.
Towards ACL, out for the season.
Damn,
So
that is tough.
and then Denver.
I don't know any Broncos fans.
Denver's suffering a loss to the Raiders. Raiders now have a win.
Tough.
So Denver, I don't know. I don't know what's happening there.
I don't know, man. Like they had that game on Red Zone, and the 3:00 hour is a lot less chaotic than the noon hour for Red Zone.
4 games, I think.
Yeah, well, and yesterday was only 3 because they had one of them in London, so like they were switching back and forth a lot less, and it was just like whenever they would show periods of time on the Broncos game, I was like, I don't even want to watch this. Like,
Yeah.
it was just boring football, I guess.
Yeah,
and
I
they had
agree.
like the fumble return for the touchdown, which we got to see, and that was cool. But like the rest of it, it's like,
Yeah.
who actually watches these teams? I don't
I'm
know.
not. We've talked enough shit about the Raiders for 100
For a
people,
year.
but
Yeah.
but we'll switch to a different AFC West team. The Denver Broncos just are not what I think anyone thought they would be. The 2 wins they have were against I don't even remember the 49ers.
Yeah,
and then I don't
even know.
It was all their defense doing the work.
It's hard
regardless
to,
of who it
hard
was.
to watch, but I mean,
yeah.
Geno Smith is outplaying Russell Wilson right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Was Russell the problem in Seattle? I think he was.
No, I don't know.
I mean, when you see,
We're not seeing a good representation of Russell Wilson. I know this isn't like, I don't think he's going to be like this forever. I'm sure he'll bounce back if you give him time. But because he is a good quarterback, but I think just having a new coach, a new quarterback, it's a whole new organization, really, and it's a rebuilding period. I think they have a new owner too, didn't they? Just
yeah, he's relatively new. I know.
like within a year or two,
Mhm.
but
but he's like one of the richest in the whole league. I know.
yeah, so it's a rebuilding period. It's normal. I think they're on the right track, but they're just still not performing how I thought they would so far.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. We've seen how many veterans came back to Seattle after Russell Wilson left. It kind of shows like, well, was he? Who knows? How did they feel about him? Obviously not that great. And then obviously down in Denver, he's not playing that necessarily well. The defense is carrying him. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely. I think that there's a possibility that Russell Wilson might be the smartest person on planet Earth.
Why is that?
Because he goes and he's like,
I
"All
can
right."
I can smell the TikTok clip from here.
Well, he's just like, "Hey guys," he's talking to his team here, and he's like, "Hey guys, all right, I know I'm not gonna be very good at football. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can feel it falling off. Let's push for a trade, and let's get $300 million, and then I'll go play like crap somewhere else."
Yeah, and then you guys can get Noah Fant and Drew Lock and
Yeah,
a
like-
draft pick or whatever. And
Is there a possibility he's just like, "Yeah, I don't even want to try to play good. I'm gonna get $300 million
Well, he got
for
hurt
my
last
past
year.
play." I mean, yes,
So,
but like
but he definitely pushed for the trade. It was his choice. I
it
believe.
was
So,
100%.
money and a new team, new start.
And you hate to see that from someone who basically they were like, he has that persona of like the perfect team player. Like he has that
Yeah.
constant, I don't know if you remember back to there was a night game where the Cardinals were playing somebody and they were down by quite a few points, and Russell Wilson was on the Manning cast talking about how at this point in the game he would be, telling everyone
Yeah.
it's possible, we can do this. Like he's just a pump up kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then they clipped to Kyler Murray, and he's literally sitting there on his own. Like he's always
I
been
remember
that
that.
guy that like.
He's a good team player and he's a leader. So I don't know.
But
I'm
then
not
when you show him
questioning-
like in the light of like basically just taking money and then like
Yeah.
leaving, like it's different.
I don't know. I'm not questioning his like leading, or I don't know how to word it, but I don't know. I guess what I'm questioning is his like playing ability right now, and not necessarily like his team. I don't know, his leadership ability, I should say.
For sure.
But definitely not what we thought we were going to see out of
Definitely not.
the Broncos and the AFC West.
AFC West has been
Majority of
kind
it.
of falling apart besides the Chiefs.
The
is-
Chargers
seems to
squeaked by
be-
the
Texans.
yeah, it was like tied or close for a while, and then the Raiders starting 0-3, and then now 1-3, barely. So
Barely. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how the divisions shape up, but we are not seeing what we thought we would.
it's a weird league this year.
Very
so.
we'd, and I'm loving it.
I
We're
do too,
loving it
yeah.
here at Marv on Air.
100%.
For sure. Well, with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and clip out of here. We'll let you guys
Sounds
get on your
good.
merry way. Hopefully the audio sounds good. If you guys have any recommendations, drop them down below. Any disagreements with crap we say on here is more than welcome to be disputed.
Only if Nick said it.
Yes, only if I said it. But
I'm just kidding.
let me know what you guys think of the attempt at switching these scenes here, and just maybe why don't we have you if you see this, go in the comment section,
Yes.
and we're gonna have you go ahead and just let me know who's gonna win in
Thursday?
who plays
Colts Broncos.
Colts Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know when this.
That'd be a good
there's-
game.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. I don't know who will win that one, but when this episode will be uploaded is what I'm trying to say. When the Thursday episode will be uploaded, we don't know. Hopefully before the game, but if
Yeah.
it's not, let me know down below who's gonna win, Colts or Broncos, and give me your score prediction, and then
The closest one gets
I'll send you
be
$5.
$5 and 5 minutes of airtime on Marv on Air. Marv on Air.
Mav
I
on
don't even know
Air.
the name of the show.
All right, so Jack is done with the show, but yeah, we will. You know what? We'll give out a little $5 for the closest score prediction, and
Yeah.
they've got to get it right.
But a signed Marv autograph
Yeah. All right, we'll do that.
with my photo though.
Yes, with
Jeez.
Jack on there as well. All right, good deal. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off, and we will
Sounds
see
good.
you guys on Thursday.